Morning once again. We were discussing about the physical features of India in our last classes. We read about northern plains and the peninsula, the difference between the two. And we had also spoken about the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. So you can see the brownish line out here. This is known as the Western Ghats. And this line out here is Eastern Ghats. So you can see this line, it is Western Ghats are more in a straight line, more continuously, and Western Ghats are in a broken form. And in this broken area you can see rivers, that is Godavari, Krishna, some Mahanadi. The distance between the two, the Western Ghats and the sea coast of Arabian Sea, is much narrow, but here the distance is much greater. Now we are going to study more about the differences between the two. In our previous class, we have already seen about the Peninsula Plateau. We read it about them, how it is very helpful, how it has been created. It has been created by the breaking of the Gondwana features of India. So let's first analyze, study about the Western Ghats. So first, Western Ghats. Look at the difference that India has. Same country, I said, what things, the highest, the lowest, the scenic beauty, its creativity, its hill stations. Western Ghats mark the western edge of the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau ends out here, and you can see when you saw the map, they move from the Gujarat, the lower part of the Gujarat, then crosses the whole of Maharashtra, then Karnataka and Kerala. Yeah, they cover the 3 to 4 states from north to south direction or from south to north direction. They are continuous and can only be crossed through passes. So if you want to move from east direction to west direction, you have to cross a pass. We already studied about the passes that were found in Himalayas. We studied about the Bolan Pass. Now here we have a pass that is known as Palghat. Bhor Ghat. These ghats are present in Western Ghats. They means Western Ghats lie parallel. They lie parallel to the Western coast along the Arabian Sea. So this is the parallel, means they run both. Parallel means when two things never meet, we call them parallel. We for example, you can take the railway lines, the rail track. They are parallel to each other. You go on with it many kilometers and miles, but they will never meet. The Western Ghats are higher in south and the height increases as we move towards the south. So you can understand when you talk about moving toward down like Vapi, Bombay, Pune side area, as you go lower towards Kerala, the height increases. They are lower in the northern part of India, means when you look only the Western Ghats. When you look towards the Bombay side area, so it is northern part. When you look towards this Kerala side, it is the southern area. When you divide it into two halves, so these are higher in southern part than northern areas. The height also increases. We have already read about the two of them. The average height is in between 900 meters to 1600 meters. So they range from 1 kilometer to 1.5 kilometer. The Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. That's why the rivers, when you saw about the Krishna, Tungabhadra, Godavari, they rise in the Western Ghats and move towards the east and drop into the Bay of Bengal. The highest peak is Anai Mudi. with height of 2695 meters above sea level, and they are present in Nilgiri Hills. Similarly, we talk about the Eastern Ghats. So, Eastern Ghats. So, when you're talking about Eastern Ghats, so you already saw in the map, you have the book, you can look at it in it. The eastern side rises is on the Bay of Bengal side. So, Eastern Ghats mark the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau. Now, see, it becomes easy to learn when you read about the differences. Very first, both lines. When you talk about Western Ghats, so there is different Western Ghats. When you talk about the Eastern Ghats, this is the Eastern Ghats. The sentence is the same, only one word before the edge, that is Western and Eastern, changes. So this becomes one difference. The second is they means the Deccan Plateau, Eastern Ghats are discontinuous, means they are in broken form, and irregular, and have been dissected by the rivers draining means falling into the Bay of Bengal. This Bay of Bengal is covered from three sides of land masses. In the west it is India, that is the Eastern Ghats. When you talk about the north, it is the West Bengal and Bangladesh, some part of Myanmar, and in the east it is again Myanmar, Burma. The Eastern Ghats lie along the eastern coast, along the eastern coast, along the Bay of Bengal. Now again, look at the differences, lines to lines. You will find very few words which are being changed, and by learning one nicely, you can, by changing a little bit in this, you can make the answer very effectively and you can score marks. The Eastern Ghats are higher in the north. Western Ghats are higher in the south, they are low in the north side. But Eastern Ghats are high in the north side and the height increases towards north. So in the south it is low and towards north it is high. Western Ghats are low in the northern side and they increase towards southern side. The average height is 600 meters. When you talk about the Western Ghats, their height is about 900 meters to 1600 meters. Means you can see the height and verify which is higher, which side is higher, and you can understand that water always flows from the higher level to lower level. Therefore, rivers that originate in Deccan Plateau in the western side, they move Western Ghats area, they move towards Bay of Bengal from west to east because of the height. The highest peak is Mahendra Giri with height of 1501 meters. You can call it 1 kilometer, 501 meter above sea level. So the highest peak is in northern side area, but in the Western Ghats the highest peaks are in the southern part of India. When you look at only with the peninsular region, as the Tropic of Cancer divides India into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and southern hemisphere consists of the Deccan Plateau, and Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, they also are present in southern part of India.